Yeah. Simran, can you tell
Yes, sir.
me what is a balance sheet?
Balance sheet is a statement which is being prepared by the company. Hello, sir. Am I on?
Yeah, you are audible. You are audible.
Okay. Okay. Balance sheet is basically a financial statement which is being prepared by the company to know the current financial position of a company.
That is okay. What you
It
said is fine.
includes,
What is said is fine, but you should also add it. Balance sheet shows the details of assets and liabilities of
okay,
a company as on a particular date.
date.
It can be
Correct.
prepared on any date.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Now,
sir.
next question for you, Simran.
Yes, sir.
For you people, they ask some peculiar question. What are the statements prepared in an insurance company balance sheet? They are asking you like this. What are the um, statements prepared in insurance company balance sheets? India,
Insure. Yes.
India Insurance Company statements prepared in balance sheet. So this is what this question is asked quite often. You
Yes.
must know these things. Here they are telling you, please read this. In India,
Yes, sir. In India, an insurance company's balance sheet typically includes items like unallocated premiums, that is, premium received but not yet allocated to specific risk, policyholders' fund, which represents the money held for policyholders' claim, investments, which include stocks and bonds held by the company, claims outstanding, which includes unpaid claim, reinsurance recoverables, that is the amount due from insurance companies, and
reins
shareholders
hello,
fund.
hello, hello, from
Yes, sir.
reinsurance companies.
Sorry, amount due from reinsurance companies and shareholders fund, that is equity capital and reserves, all categorized according to regulations set by IRDAI, that is Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India.
Key points
Key,
about
key, key points about insurance company balance sheet is regulation by IRDAI. The format and details included in the balance sheet are strictly governed by the IRDAI regulations, which specify separate schedules for different types of insurance business like fire, marine, and miscellaneous. Segregation of funds.
mm,
uh, Insurance companies must clearly differentiate between policyholders' fund and shareholders' fund to ensure transparency in managing funds belonging to policyholders. Valuation of asset. Specific guidelines are provided for valuation of assets held by insurance company, including investment in stock and bonds. Provisioning. Claims outstanding are recognized based on the estimated liability for reported claims and must be adequately provisioned for in the balance sheet. Some of the important points on an Indian insurance company's balance sheet, that is assets, includes cash and bank balance, investment in government securities, equity shares, etc., property and equipment, deferred acquisition cost. Liabilities include unallocated premiums, claims outstanding, policyholders fund, reinsurance recoverables, provision for unearned premiums, shareholders fund.
super. This is a very good answer. I am giving this in our I am giving this in our what is that?
NAICL
Uh,
group.
yeah, and I am not remembering that. Correct. Good. NIACL group. I think I should change it as UIIC group. I will change it today. Yeah, very important. So I suggest you go through this once again at home.
Okay,
Okay.
sir. Okay,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah. Now, coming to our bank people. Kartikeya, Joshi, and Sabrish. Sabrish, now I am asking a simple question. In a bank balance sheet, what are the various items that will be seen? Say under liability side, I will ask Karthikeya about asset side. So our Sabarish will tell me what are the items you will see in a bank's liability side of a balance sheet. Sabarish. Karthikeya, are you hearing me? Are you able to hear me?
Sir,
Or Sabarish, your internet is
answer.
totally bad. You are coming to
Yes.
me after half a minute. Why are you wasting my time? Oh,
Sir,
you
answer
please, you please
tower
keep it.
problem. Sir.
You please keep it on always. Don't switch off.
Okay.
Now tell me what are the items you will see in the liabilities side. You don't know means tell me I don't know. Yeah, Karthikeya Joshi, tell me
Hello, sir.
about balance sheet. What are the items you will see in liabilities and asset side of a balance sheet?
Sir, the
Liability
deposit given by the customer to
is
the bank.
deposit.
Sabrish, your time is over. Please keep quiet. Yeah, Karthikeya, tell me.
So the deposits given by the customer to the bank is the liability for customer.
Okay.
Also, uh, also uh, bank has to provide salary to its employees. That is also liability to the bank.
Hmm.
And bank holds vehicles. Bank will pay rent charges to the properties it has rented. All this also come under the
Karthik,
liability for the bank.
Joshi, what is your degree?
Sir, physics.
That's why what you are telling is not correct. Now let us see how Simran is going to tell about this. Simran, please
Yes,
tell
sir.
us in a bank balance sheet, what are the various items that will appear under the liabilities side?
The liability side is basically divided into four parts. First, have four parts. Basically, liabilities have four parts. First one is shareholders' equity and shareholders fund, which include equity capital, equity shareholders fund, preference shareholders fund, reserve and surplus, and money. The second part is money received against share warrants. Third one is current liability, and fourth part is non-current liabilities. Current liabilities include money received from short-term borrowings, provision for doubtful debts, uh, uh, bank loan, um, uh, and non-current liabilities include and in current liabilities we also include bad debts, and in non-current liabilities we include long-term provision, uh, um, long-term provision, and sir, I'm
Uh,
skipping a few
Asset
points.
side,
Asset sides basically have two components: fixed assets and current assets. Fixed assets includes plant and machinery, goodwill, patents.
hmm, totally
Uh,
wrong. Totally wrong. You are M.Com and
Sir,
you are telling
fixed
you are
assets include plant and machinery,
true, but not
intangible
goodwill.
assets.
But not goodwill. Totally wrong. Please,
Oh,
I am telling you, listen to me carefully and then
okay.
try to tell me. You are totally wrong.
Mm,
Uh,
okay, sir.
yeah, totally wrong. I will give you only 5 out of 10 for this answer. Now, a bank balance sheet contains on the asset side, first thing is fixed assets. Fixed assets means land, building, machinery, vehicles, then say vehicles, then other equipments like say computers, etc. Then the current assets. Current assets mainly consists of balance with Reserve Bank of India, balance with other banks, and loans and advances given to borrowers. The third one is intangible assets such as goodwill, then patents and rights. But in the case of bank balance sheet, it may not be there. So forget about that. Tell only about fixed assets and current assets. In the case of liabilities, the liabilities side includes long-term liabilities, that is borrowings which are repayable after 12 months, plus the uh, deposits are shown under current liabilities. Deposits, that is savings bank, current account, fixed deposit, they are all shown under current liabilities, followed by the capital of the bank plus profits earned and reserves. This much will do. You need not divide it into preference, this, that, and all. Could you follow? The mistakes
Yes, sir.
done by you was you told that provision for doubts, bad debts, etc., you included. Those things you need not mention. But this alone, it is sufficient. You mention provisions, of course. Provision will come as a liability only. That is true. But then you need not segregate into preference capital, equity capital, and all. Simply tell like this. Now, can you try once again, Simran? What are the various components of a bank balance sheet?
Okay, sir. Bank balance sheet basically includes assets and liabilities. Assets include current assets and non-current assets.
Hmm.
Non-current assets includes land, building, motor vehicles,
Good.
computers,
Good.
and current assets include cash and bank balances,
Hmm.
um, loans and advances that is being given by the banks.
Hmm.
And liabilities include current liability and non-current liabilities, and equity and shareholders fund.
Hmm. Good. Not bad. Now, next question is Arigar Sabarish wanted to know what are the objectives of central bank RBI? This is given here in the page number 2 of the material itself. What are the objectives? It can be told as objectives. It can be told as functions also. Of course, functions are different now. Correct. Functions are given here. This is the function, that is, um, they are RBI is bankers bank. It is a control bankers to government. It is a supervisor of financial system, then issue of currency, then monetary policy and foreign exchange management. Normally, I used to tell five only. They have added this also. Supervisor of financial system. So these are the 6 points you must remember. Sabarish, are you able to see it? Supervisor of financial
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
foreign exchange management, bankers bank, issuer of currency, monetary policy, and bankers to government. In probationary officer interview, they will go to an extent of asking what is the role of Reserve Bank in monetary policy. In the case of Reserve Bank, um, 1 minute, I will put this as a